हम अपना चैनल में एक वीडियो में हम बोले थे जो इसराइली यूएसए है, यूएसए इसराइल है, दोनों एक है। ये लोग जो सीज़फायर किया बाय प्लानिंग के साथ, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप डिक्लेयर कर दिया। उनका नजर क्या है, वहां का मलाई खाना है फिलिस्तीन का। फिलिस्तीनी लोग को छोड़ के चला जाना चाहिए इजिप्ट जॉर्डन, और इजिप्ट जॉर्डन डिक्लेयर कर दिया। सबसे बढ़िया रिपरकशन आया सऊदी अरब से। किंग अल्फैसल रहमतुल्लाह अलैह का साहबजादे तुर्की अल्फैसल साहब, जो पहले खुफिया जिनका हाथ में था, उन्होंने एक अमेरिकन चैनल को इंटरव्यू दिया। वो भी किस हालत में, फिलिस्तीनी लोग का रुमाल बांध के दिखाया जो फिलिस्तीन के साथ है। उन्होंने डिक्लेयर कर दिया कोई सवाल ही नहीं है इसराइल को एक्सेप्ट करना जब तक 2 स्टेट नहीं बनेगा। तो बहुत जबरदस्त सैल्यूट उनको, दिल से सैल्यूट। उनका इंटरव्यू देखिए पूरा।
Prince Turki, welcome to the program. You have been digesting what came from the White House last night. You probably heard the view from Ramallah. So is there going to be a united Arab front against this Trump vision?
Thank you, Ms. Amanpour, for inviting me. After hearing Mr. Barghouti, I really don't know what to add to what he said, other than to say that what came out of Mr. Trump is not digestible. I respectfully decline to add more disrespectful comments to that. But it is a fantasy to think that ethnic cleansing in the 21st century can be condoned by a world community that stays on its behinds and does not respond to that. The problem in Palestine is not the Palestinians. It is the Israeli occupation. And this has been clear and understood by everybody. Hence, you have United Nations resolutions calling for the quid pro quo of land for peace from 1967 until now. The Arab Peace Initiative, of course, is based on that and offered Israel not only diplomatic relation, but all of the things that Israel wanted, from trade, from normalization, etc., in return for the establishment of a Palestinian state with its capital in East Jerusalem. All of these things were American policy until this latest wording that Mr. Trump has chosen to use in claiming that he wants to better things, when actually it is going to turn things into more conflict and more bloodshed.
Can I draw on your long years of experience? You were Saudi ambassador to America. What would you be telling your capital, your king, in a cable, had you been in Washington last night in that position and listened to what came from the podium? How would you have explained it?
Well, I can tell you I'm glad I am not in that position, because there is no way that I can explain it. It comes out of the blue, and it is totally based on, as Mr. Barghouti said, on the Israeli position of ethnic cleansing. As you mentioned yourself, Mr. Ben-Gvir, who is the ultimate ethnic cleanser in Palestine, he's been saying this for the last 2.5 years since he joined the government. And now he's justifying what he said by the words of the American president. That is unacceptable.
So what then is the next step? We've had everybody, from your capital to the neighboring countries, which Trump expects to take these, millions of Palestinians, reject this out of hand, say that it's illegal. We've heard the president of the Palestinian Authority. What do you think is the next step? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm not in government, so I don't know what my government will propose, but I would expect that there will be collective action on the part not only of the Arab but Muslim world as well, along with Europeans and other countries that believe in the two-state solution, to take up the matter, and where else but go to the United Nations. And this is the only arena where things like that can be discussed. Unfortunately, with the American veto, I cannot expect that there will be much success in passing any resolutions. But nonetheless, it will show that the world is opposed to this mad ethnic cleansing plan that the American president has proposed.
You're a really smart person and understands, sometimes things are said and they may hide a different meaning. Do you see is there any negotiating strategy here that you see that Trump might claim or his acolytes might claim?
I have no idea, and I cannot see anything other than a blank wall in front of me of total acceptance of the Israeli position by the American government. It's not only the president. We've heard also supporting calls from senators and congressmen and other of the American strata of politics supporting this call. So that is the unfortunate position of a whole structure that has been built in the past years in support of Israel.
As you know, and as we've said, normalization is a big strategy, a big goal of the United States, of Israel, etc. Certain Arab countries have always done that, but the crown jewel is your country, Saudi Arabia. Do you see any way, I know you're not in government, but your king and others have said in the past that there will be no normalization without a pledge for a Palestinian state and, in fact, for Israel to get out of Gaza. Do you think that still holds? Can you see normalization happening?
Indeed. Not at all. This morning, our foreign ministry issued a statement rejecting what came out of Washington in the last days. And this has been the position of Saudi Arabia